Until recently, Notion didn't have webhooks at all. That meant every time you wanted to run external automations, you had to rely on constant database checks. Well, not anymore. Hey, I'm Lucas, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Notion's recently introduced webhooks to trigger automations immediately when change happens. No more waiting. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to set up webhooks on paid Notion plans in 3 different ways. Plus, I will share a clever workaround for those of you on the free plan. Today, we are diving into Notion's brand new webhook feature and demonstrating 4 practical ways to trigger external tools like Make.com or Zapier immediately whenever your Notion data changes. Let's jump over to Notion. To demonstrate all of those, I will use my SEO Keywords Generator. This tool, based on inputs like topic, brand asset, and main keyword, will generate SEO keywords clusters like search suggestions, matching terms, related terms, meta description, and even permalink. The tool uses Notion database and Make.com workflow on the backend, and it works in the way that it gets the row that we want to work on. Then, based on the details, it generates search suggestions, matching terms, related terms, permalink, meta description, updates the database, and finally runs some additional research topic, but this is not relevant for this tutorial. Today, we are focused only on the main initial part. And going back to Notion, I will start from the most basic but available for free user solution. As you can see, we have a SEO Keyword Generator and we have the button. What the automation will do, after I will click the button, it will trigger the automation in Make.com. It will search the keywords to generate based on status, especially we are talking about waiting to generate status, and then it will generate all the required data. Let's keep this one, but we will build something new. So let's use Notion webhooks, keep the brand asset and use main keyword also as on Notion webhooks and switch status to waiting to generate. That means we have our example ready and we need to use button. This button is not ready, so let's edit it. What we need to do is to add new action. We will not use send webhook because this one requires paid account, but we will open page from the URL. Go back to our Make.com scenario, open the webhook and copy address to clipboard. Okay, run once so we can observe how it will behave. Jump back to Notion, paste the URL, make sure you click it and click done. When that's ready, we have the button working and waiting to generate. So let's click generate. As you can see, we have opened the page with accepted. This is the main con of this solution because every time you will click generate, you will open this page, but it still works for free Notion account. Let's see our Make.com and how it works. As you can see, the scenario is working. We can check it in Notion. Our search suggestions, matching terms, and other keyword-related segments are filled up. Okay, when we know this solution works, let's jump to the second one. It's very, very similar for the previous one. It will use the button and it will use the status as well, but we will not use the open page. So let's remove this one. We will use action send webhook. Paste the URL of the webhook and click done. Create new one. We can stay with Notion webhooks to keep it simple. And as well, we need to switch the status to waiting to generate. Open the automation, make it runs and click generate. In this solution, you can only see button automation run successfully. We already knew that the solution is on higher level. We don't have additional page. And as well, we can see that the automation is running. As I said, it got the webhook, it found the page based on the status and runs the full automation. Now, when the automation is done, we can go to third way to trigger immediate automations. But first, let's clean up a bit. So we don't need those 2 topics anymore. Let's prepare our new example data. keep it with Notion webhooks. Same for main keyword. In this solution, we will use database automations. So let's go to automations. For our trigger, we will select status, and only one that interesting us is waiting to generate. Click done. As new action, select send webhook, paste the URL for the webhook, select all existing properties. We probably don't need all of them, but let's make it simple for now, and click create. Now we need to test our webhook and see what data we will get. So let's jump over to make.com and run only the webhook. Wait for new data. Go back to Notion, switch waiting to generate, which basically should trigger our automation. Let's see that in make.com. And just in a second, we should see that our webhook has been triggered. We have all the data, properties, and all the information about the topic that we want to work on. That means probably we don't need next step and we can save some make.com credits, but this automation require this step heavily in next modules. So instead we will just switch it and we will just modify it a bit. Instead of filtering based on status, we will use unique ID, which is number operator that we want to equals. And from properties, we have ID, unique ID, and the number. Okay, we can test it. Let's see what's the ID here. The unique ID number is 16. So run this module only 16. And as you can see, we have information about our topic. So test the full scenario, run once, wait for new data, switch for Notion. We need to go back to new and waiting to generate. Go to make to see if that will work. Our automation is running. All the steps are moving smoothly. And in a few seconds, we will see in Notion that all interesting information is updated. Finally, the last solution in this one, let's also use Notion Webhooks as an example. And this solution, instead of using status, will use only a button, but directly in the row. So we need to add a new property and search for button. Let's call it generate. Go to edit automation. And when button is clicked, we want to again trigger a webhook. So click send webhook. URL, let's paste our URL. Again, select all existing properties and click save. This solution allows us to completely get rid of status. We can delete this one. It will not be required anymore. It's okay to keep it because we can use it to show the progress, but we can skip it and we can make it simple. Just right now we can demonstrate that this solution also works as expected. So go to make.com, trigger automation, so we can observe what's going on. We want to use new data, back to Notion, click generate. We can see that automation runs successfully. Let's see how it works. It's moving forward as we wanted. And in a few seconds, we have all information in Notion. Real-time automations can be a huge time saver, preventing missed updates and manual busy work. Whether you're a solo user or part of a larger team, having immediate triggers lets you stay organized, proactive, and focused on work that matters. Now that you've seen the possibilities of real-time triggers, whether it's through Notion's paid plan webhooks or a free plan workaround, you can see how easy it is to keep your entire workflow in sync. Instead of manually refreshing databases or missing important updates, you will be one step closer to a fully automated and streamlined setup. Notion might have taken its time introducing webhooks, but that's finally done. Paid subscribers now have direct access to 3 immediate trigger methods, and for those on the free plan, there is a simple workaround to keep automations flowing smoothly. If you found those insights valuable, make sure to hit that like button and share the video with anyone looking to supercharge their Notion automations. Also, if you want to level up your automations error handling skill, check out my previous video. Automate Your Error Alerts, where you will learn exactly how to route all email error notifications from make.com straight into a Slack channel. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for more productivity systems and automation tips. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments.